My childhood friend Alex was acting like a big brother to my fiancée Jessica, trying to protect her in every matter. I thought, how nice my friends love each other. I wasn't bothered by Alex's protective attitude toward Jessica. Until that night when I overheard their secret conversation. My name is David. I'm 32 years old and this is the story of my biggest trust crisis. Alex and I have been friends for 20 years. We've been side by side since high school years like brothers. I've been with Jessica for 3 years and proposed to her 6 months ago. Alex had been treating Jessica very specially since the day he first met her. He would always say, David's fiancée is like my fiancée too. When Jessica had any problem, Alex was the first person she called. When her car broke down, Alex would rush over. When she had problems at work, Alex would give advice. I was actually very pleased with this situation. The fact that the two people I loved also loved each other, that there was a beautiful friendship between them, made me happy. Alex had always been a reliable, honest friend. Jessica also loved him very much, constantly saying, Alex is really a wonderful person. Jessica was the daughter of Robert Mitchell, who owned a large company called Hartford Holdings. Her family was very wealthy, but Jessica never talked about it. She was a simple, modest girl. Money wasn't important to her. In fact, she sometimes said she was uncomfortable with her family's wealth. David, money changes people. I want a simple life, Jessica would say. That's why we didn't interact much with her family either. At Jessica's request, we tried to live a simple life. Alex, on the other hand, came from a middle-class family. He worked as a marketing specialist at a small firm called Blue Wave Marketing. His salary wasn't bad, but he had big dreams. He would constantly say, one day I'll make big money. My first suspicion began when Alex started asking too many questions about Jessica's family. David, which company does Jessica's father work for? He had asked one day. Hartford Holdings. Why did you ask? Just curious. It seems like a big company. Yes, it's quite big. What are Jessica's thoughts on this? Is she thinking about working at her father's company? When these kinds of questions became frequent, it started to seem strange, but since I had known Alex for so long, it never occurred to me that he could have bad intentions. Then Alex started spending much more time with Jessica. They were meeting 2 to 3 times a week. They would have coffee together, go shopping, talk for long periods. Jessica feels very lonely, Alex had told me. You work too much, you can't spare time for her. I'm being a friend to her. He was right. I worked as a project manager at a software company called TechStream Solutions and was really very busy. I couldn't spare enough time for Jessica. Alex being a friend to her put me at ease. But gradually Alex's behavior toward Jessica began to change. He had become much more caring, much more attentive. When Jessica's birthday was approaching, he had bought an expensive necklace. Alex, this looks very expensive, I had said. Jessica is special. Special people deserve special gifts. Jessica had really liked the gift. Alex is so thoughtful, she had said. I was happy too, but there was a small discomfort inside me. A month later, Alex had bought Jessica a new phone. Jessica's phone had broken and Alex said, I'll handle it, and bought an expensive model. Alex, why are you spending so much money? I had asked. David, money isn't important. As long as Jessica is happy. After hearing this sentence, I started looking at Alex with different eyes. Alex had never been someone who said, money isn't important. On the contrary, he always complained about financial difficulties. When my suspicions increased, I started observing Alex more carefully. He acted very differently when talking to Jessica. He became more polite, more charming, more impressive. One day I had asked Jessica, you spend a lot of time with Alex. What do you talk about? Various things. Life, goals, the future. Alex is a very deep person, David. You don't know him well enough. How don't I know him? We've been friends for 20 years. Yes, but I discovered Alex's true personality. He's very sensitive, very understanding. After this conversation, I noticed that Jessica constantly talked about Alex. Sentences like, Alex said this, Alex thinks that became frequent. One evening, I decided to watch Alex and Jessica's meeting. I followed them and saw them sitting in a cafe. They were sitting very close, talking very intimately. Alex was holding Jessica's hand, telling her something. At that moment my heart raced. But I thought maybe I was misunderstanding. Jessica looked sad, Alex was just comforting her. When I got home, I had asked Jessica, how was your meeting with Alex? It was good. Alex gave me some advice. About what? Personal things, David. Do I have to tell you everything? This answer surprised me. Jessica would never talk to me like that. As weeks passed, Jessica's behavior toward me cooled. She talked less, showed less affection. But she called Alex more and more. Jessica, is something wrong? You've been very distant lately. Nothing's wrong, David. I'm just questioning life. What are you questioning? Our relationship, our future, everything. Did you discuss this with Alex? Alex is a good listener. You never listened to me. It was now clear that she openly preferred Alex to me. But I still couldn't believe that Alex had bad intentions. The night I learned the truth, I had gone to surprise Jessica at her house. I was about to knock on the door when I heard Alex's voice. He was talking to Jessica. Jessica, David doesn't deserve you, Alex was saying. Alex, David is a good person. He just doesn't understand me. You deserve better. David can never make you happy. What should I do then? Be with me, Jessica. I truly understand you. Alex, this isn't right. I can't betray David. It's not betrayal. You should listen to your heart. At that moment I was shocked. My best friend was stabbing me in the back. But the real shock was Alex's continuing words. Jessica, think about it. I understand your needs. I support your dreams. Which dreams? You want to do big things. Your father's company is very big. You and I could make that company even bigger together. Alex, why are you bringing this up? Because Jessica, together we would be very powerful. Your family connections, my business experience. We would make a perfect team. At that moment everything fell into place. Alex didn't love Jessica. He wanted her money, her family's wealth. Alex, this is a very bad conversation. I love David. David can never make you rich, Jessica. But I can give you the life you deserve. Wealth isn't important to me. Jessica, don't be naive. Money is everything in this world. Your family is rich, you should stay rich too. Alex, let this conversation end here. I can't betray David. Okay, but think about it. I understand you much better than David does. After the conversation ended, I quietly left. My head was confused. Jessica had rejected Alex, but I had seen Alex's true intentions. I couldn't sleep that night. My 20-year friend was deceiving me. He wanted not just Jessica, but her money. The next day I talked to Jessica. Jessica, did you meet with Alex last night? Yes, why did you ask? What did you talk about? Various things. Why are you asking so many questions, David? Jessica hadn't told me about Alex's proposal, so she had decided to hide it. At that moment I made my plan. I would expose Alex's true face, but I would be patient. First, I started closely monitoring Alex. I investigated where the gifts he gave Jessica came from. With his salary at Blue Wave Marketing, he couldn't afford such expensive gifts. When I researched Alex's credit card debts, I was surprised. He had $50,000 in debt. So he had gone into debt to buy gifts for Jessica. Then I discovered the research Alex had done about Jessica's family. Hartford Holdings' financial situation, Robert Mitchell's wealth, the company's future plans. Alex had researched everything in detail. When I accessed Alex's phone records, I experienced even bigger shocks. I learned that he had been talking to people in Jessica's family. He had talked to Jessica's cousin Michael and gotten information about the company. Alex's purpose was clear: marry Jessica and get an important position at Hartford Holdings. A week later Alex called me. David, I need to talk to you. About what? About Jessica. You're not taking good care of her. What do you mean? Jessica is unhappy, David. You're neglecting her. Alex, this is none of your business. It is my business because Jessica is my friend too. I don't want to see her sad. So what do you suggest? Spend more time with her. Be more romantic. Women want attention. While Alex was giving me advice, he was actually trying to attach Jessica to himself. One day I followed Alex and saw him meeting with Jessica's father, Robert Mitchell. They were sitting in a very fancy restaurant, having a serious conversation. I waited nearby and tried to hear what they were talking about. Mr. Mitchell, Jessica is a very special person, Alex was saying. Yes, my daughter is truly valuable. I'm very experienced in marketing. I would love to work at Hartford Holdings. Interesting. What position are you thinking of? Marketing director would be suitable. Robert Mitchell seemed pleased to meet Alex. Alex was speaking very impressively. Jessica talks about you a lot, Robert had said. I love her very much too. She's a very special person. At that moment I understood how detailed Alex's plan was. He was trying to influence not just Jessica but her family too. When I got home I asked Jessica. Jessica, is Alex meeting your father? I don't know. Why did you ask? Just curious. David, why are you so worried about Alex? He's a good friend. I just want to be careful. That night Jessica called Alex and asked how his meeting with her father went. So Jessica knew. It was time to take action. But if I accused Alex openly, Jessica might not believe me. I had to make a smarter plan. I photocopied documents of Alex's credit card debts. I also collected the research he had done about Jessica's family. I had also recorded phone logs. Then I opened a fake email account and sent an email to Daniel Johnson, Alex's boss at Blue Wave Marketing. I have a complaint about your employee Alex Peterson. He's collecting information about Hartford Holdings without permission and could harm our company. Daniel Johnson called Alex and questioned him. Alex denied it but had raised suspicion. A week later I invited Alex to meet with Jessica. Alex, we have important things to discuss with Jessica. Like what? Our future plans. You're our closest friend too, we want your opinion. Alex got excited. Maybe he thought he would propose to Jessica again at this meeting. When the meeting day came, the three of us sat in a restaurant. Alex, I said in a calm voice. Jessica and I have marriage plans, but we want your opinion too. Of course, David. I'm ready to help in any way. So what do you think, Alex? Should I marry Jessica? Alex was surprised. He wasn't expecting this question. Of course you should get married. Jessica is wonderful. But you've started getting very close to Jessica. Are you uncomfortable with this situation? No, why would I be uncomfortable? At that moment I took out my phone and played the audio recording I had made of their conversation that night. Jessica, David doesn't deserve you. It was Alex's voice. Alex's face turned pale. Jessica was shocked. Alex, what is this? Jessica asked. Jessica, these could be fake. Alex, I said calmly. I also know about your meeting with Robert Mitchell. I know you want a job at Hartford Holdings. Alex couldn't speak anymore. You have $50,000 in debt and you increased it more with the gifts you bought for Jessica. You did detailed research about Jessica's family. Jessica looked at me with tears in her eyes. Alex, is this really true? Alex was silent. Jessica, I said. Alex doesn't love you. He wants your money, your family's wealth. Alex, are these things true? Jessica asked. Alex took a breath and spoke. Jessica, I really love you, but what, Alex? David can't make you happy. I understand you better. Alex, do you love the money or do you love me? Alex couldn't answer. Jessica got up and looked at Alex. Alex, how can you betray your 15-year friendship with David? And how can you try to deceive me? Jessica, please listen to me. No, Alex. I never want to see you again. Jessica left the restaurant. Alex also got up and left. That night Jessica and I talked for a long time. David, I'm so sorry. I couldn't see Alex's true intentions. Jessica, you're not to blame. Alex was manipulating you very well. But I was cold to you. I preferred Alex to you. Jessica, what matters is now. You learned the truth. David, how did you understand Alex's intentions? That night I told Jessica everything. Alex's research, his debts, his plans. So your 20-year friend was deceiving you, Jessica said. Yes, but you're more important. I don't want to lose you. The next day Alex called me. David, please let's talk. Alex, we have nothing to talk about. David, doesn't our 20-year friendship mean anything? Alex, our 20-year friendship meant nothing to you. David, I really love Jessica. No, Alex. You love her money. Maybe it was like that at first, but then I really fell in love. Alex, it's too late. Jessica never wants to see you again. I hung up the phone and never called Alex again. A month later I learned that Alex had been fired from Blue Wave Marketing. Daniel Johnson had discovered that Alex was misusing company information. Alex had to move to another city. He couldn't find a job because his references were bad. My relationship with Jessica became even stronger after this incident. We started trusting each other more. David, Jessica had said. Thanks to Alex I got to know you better. You are a true gentleman. 6 months later Jessica and I got married. Alex wasn't invited, of course. On our wedding day, Jessica had said, "This incident taught us how important trust is. This story showed me that sometimes the people closest to you can hurt you the most. But giving the right reaction and being patient is the most important thing." Alex's life was ruined because greed blinded him. He focused on Jessica's money and lost true friendship. I, on the other hand, protected both my fiancée and my honor. I didn't use violence, I acted smartly. Today Jessica and I live a happy marriage. When I think of Alex, I feel sad, but he's living the consequences of his own choices. My greatest revenge is living the life Alex wanted with Jessica.